Hi, I'm Cory Schwab. I'm a senior escrow officer with Mara Escrow in Beverly Hills, and I have been handling escrow transactions for over 25 years.
Great. What is escrow?
What is escrow? Escrow is the real estate transaction between a buyer and seller. We handle it as a neutral third party, and it comes to us after a buyer and seller have come to an agreement and have a purchase contract. Typically with their real estate agents, they've put the deal together, and it comes to us to handle the transaction during that 30 or 60-day period.
Okay, great. And can you walk me through like a typical escrow?
Yes. The escrow opens with the real estate purchase contract coming to us. We then prepare the escrow instructions and any of the escrow papers that will need to be prepared throughout that period. But at the beginning, we will order any of the reports that are necessary, such as the property disclosure report, and importantly, we open the title search with a title company so that they can search the property to make sure that it's free and clear of liens and encumbrances, and they'll give a report that will then be forwarded to the buyer for their approval.
What are the benefits of, for a buyer or seller to use escrow?
Typically, I think the biggest benefit would be that we are the neutral third party. We are there not to be representing either one of them, but to be fair to both of them. And so any agreement that is made during the escrow period with their real estate agents will then come to us as that neutral third party. That's something that's already been mutually agreed to, and we will continue that process. And then during the process, we work with the buyer's new lender. We work to make sure that all the liens and encumbrances are paid off, such as the existing loans, and make sure that all of the reports and paperwork documentation that need to be transferred between the buyer and seller are ordered and acknowledged.
Okay, great. And what are the fees typically involved for both the buyer and seller?
Typically the seller is paying the commission, and the seller in Southern California will normally pay the documentary transfer tax, and the seller typically here in Southern California pays for the owner's title policy, and the buyer will typically pay, if they have a new loan, for their lender's title policy. They both share the escrow fees. They both pay the same amount, and their costs and charges associated with the escrow. And then the seller, if there's a condominium, they'll pay for their homeowner's transfer fees and documentation. We do all the prorations of homeowners' fees and property taxes, and then any of the reports, again, the property disclosure report, any termite work and inspection fees, home protection plans, and such.
Who chooses the escrow company?
The escrow company is typically chosen by the real estate agents. It is who we have relationships with, and fortunately I have known Michael Collins for over 20 years, and we have had that relationship. If the buyer and seller have a relationship with an escrow company, that also might come into play if they are in the real estate field in one way or another, and they have a relationship. And then otherwise it's normally the real estate agents.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.